all of the lights.
Rutgers has climbed their way back to the middle of the Big Ten, but Greg Schiano did not come back to stop in the middle. They have started talking about Big Ten championship and college football playoff after a 3-0 start. But they welcome in one of the league's most consistent teams coming in to a jet black cauldron tonight. A sold-out, blackout crowd at SHI Stadium for a college football playoff hopeful in Iowa. We're glad you're with us. Jen Hale here in a moment. Mark Helfrich, I'm Connor Onion. You look at both of these teams and how they're built, it's almost like looking in the mirror. It's the same exact fabric.
Absolutely, same blueprint, no question. The Ferentz blueprint, maybe the Fry blueprint even a little bit. Two programs with the winningest coaches in their history, and this is going to be the greatest special teams matchup of the year.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch Caden Weegan in the return game tonight for Iowa. First, let's talk about the pass game for Rutgers. Ethan Kaliak-Manis, fourth year as a starter in the Big Ten. Second for Rutgers. He's playing the best he's ever played.
He has been fabulous, and as you said, it's the second season you're starting, and he's just doing a great job of being efficient, just under 300 yards per game, and most importantly, 0 turnovers for Greg Schiano's squad. He has been fabulous. His mastery of kind of the RPO system, very impressive.
And these wide receivers reminiscent of when former NFL wide receiver Kenny Britt was at Rutgers. Now, the name that makes every offensive coordinator shudder in the Big Ten, Phil Parker's defense, lost the Big Ten linebacker of the year, but that front is still dominant.
No problem at all. It's plug and play, and that's not an insult. He's just fabulous. He builds it from the inside out, as you said. And Aaron Graves, man, this dude does damage. He's in the opponent's backfield constantly. He is going to feast and be frothing at the mouth. The Rutgers offensive line is a little banged up. They'll play their hearts out, and this might open up some opportunities on the outside for those other great edge rushers.
Rutgers has already lost 2 offensive tackles for the season. The good news is, going up against Graves tonight, they should have Tyler Needham at left tackle healthy and ready to go up against this very, very feisty front for Iowa. Scarlet Knights and Hawkeyes to kick off Big Ten play right after this. 10th sellout in this stadium in the last 4 years. Greg Schiano has built a team and built an atmosphere. Drone show to come tonight and much, much more. And what they say, they're going to jersey up this light show tonight at SHI Stadium. And let's get more on the injuries with Jen Hale. Welcome to the crew, Jen. Good to have you with us.
Thanks for having me, guys. Tell you what, fireworks up in the sky and fireworks expected on the field. Both of these teams getting two key offensive weapons back. For the visiting Hawkeyes, it's running back Kamari Newton. He's a full go, but because of the physicality expected in this game, he will split carries with Jazzy Patterson. Meanwhile, for the hometown Scarlet Knights, they get literally a quite big presence back in a wide receiver in Strong. He was emerging as one of the Big Ten's top targets in those first two games, amassing over 200 yards. No way he was going to miss this one tonight, even though it was a short week, gentlemen.
That is major news to get Ian Strong back. After he played the first two games, he led the Big Ten in receptions, and Kirk Ferentz will have Kamari Moulton and his offense out there first after a historic night at Kinnick Stadium last week, where Kirk Ferentz became the all-time Big Ten wins leader with 206 in the win against UMass. Big Ten play is here. Iowa won the toss. They'll get it first, and off we go. Caden Weegan had a huge week in the return game last week. He starts Big Ten play with an escort. Caden Weegan down the sideline. He's gone! Welcome to the Big Ten! 104 big ones to begin conference play.
I can't believe it either, but I've seen it before multiple times on film. If you're a small town kid in Iowa, maybe from Odebo, Cooper to Jean, or Caden Weegan from the monstrous Williamsburg, Iowa population, 3,380 house call, untouched.
Both these staffs love special teams. And one of the fascinating questions, would Weegan get a chance to touch the ball tonight?
That was
shockingly, they kicked to him on the
multiple questions. Just such a brilliant design on this return. It's basically an isolation play. You can see the off returner with him. That's Terrell Washington, an armed escort. Wow. We had multiple conversations with Greg Schiano, who's heavily involved in the special teams. Ferentz heavily involved in theirs, and he said we can't let this guy touch the ball. That's what happens.
But you knew that special teams would have a big impact on this game. We didn't know it was going to be on the first play. Weegan goes 104 after he tied the Big Ten record with a punt return touchdown last week.
Yeah, Willie Mays Hayes style.
It went 95 yards. And a Big Ten record that has stood for almost 6 decades on that return last week. This one from 4 yards deep in his own end zone.
The way to quiet this unbelievable, as you said, raucous, great crowd. Putting points on the board early. Offense doesn't even have to run a snap.
So will Ben Black get a chance at a return and a retaliation? It's returnable, but he elects to fair catch it. You got to think as a returner that
yeah, that's
want the Klatt back.
That's a Greg Schiano staple too. Take the fair catch, line up and play ball. But wow, an unbelievably good start. Now, flip it back over. Ethan Kaliak-Manis getting the ball. It's going to be him, his offensive coordinator, Kirk Shiraka, with him at Minnesota. Now here at Rutgers in the second year, and he, as we talked about earlier, has been outstanding.
Floyd of Rosedale Trophy not here tonight. Nathan Kaliak-Manis has played in 2 of those rivalry games as Minnesota's quarterback and split them in low-scoring games, 13-10 and 12-10. Already points on the board as he takes his first snap. A little pressure in his face before getting it out to DT Sheffield, his new slot wide receiver that is in part turning this Rutgers offense into a passing outfit.
We brought up the offensive line. Tyler Needham is in there and healthy without 2 of their previous starting left tackles, and then getting Wideouts going, as Jen said earlier, you said Ian Strong. It's not just the name. He is strong. He is tall. Along with KJ Duff, 6'6".
Now that'll be the interesting matchup tonight. 2 passes to start. Kaliakmanis on target to his big target. It's KJ Duff at 6'6", the biggest wide receiver in the Big Ten for a first down.
Really ran the same play as the previous play where Kaliakmanis kind of checked it down. He's going to high-low this to the boundary. The corner, TJ Hall, number 2, is his read. Hall up, ball behind it, well protected. Aaron Graves safely on the ground. Nice spot.
Rutgers passing game against the Iowa DBs will be fun to watch all night. That's where Rutgers felt like they had an edge against this Iowa defense. And 3rd pass in a row. This one is knocked away. Good coverage from Cohen Intringer, who has become a starter this year after several years as a special teams player for the Hawkeyes.
This Iowa defense, as we talked about, they got to be so worried about Graves inside. Is it going to be Herkett or Llewellyn? They play sides at Iowa. Linebackers Harrell and Shire. Just in the deep stable of Iowa history. In the back end, Deshaun Lee has been outstanding, and Wampa outstanding.
Iowa allowing just 10 points per game over their first 3 games, a 2-1 start. And it's another pass. And as the scout would tell you in watching tape this week, Rutgers is going to throw it a lot with 4 straight throws to bring up a 3rd down.
This is what they do best, set up these 3rd and manageable situations. This may be a 4th down situation where Greg Schiano rolls the dice. Both of these coaches going for it for themselves out of the ordinary.
Got a shot. 6. Kaliakmanis lobs it up. Sheffield runs it down. Inside the 5. He beats Zach Lutmer. And this aerial attack for Rutgers looks for real on the opening drive of Big Ten.
Just a slot fade, one-on-one. That's man coverage essentially right there. No help from the free safety. Great throw and catch. Great location by Afri Kaliakmanis.
The 40-yard pop on 3rd down sets up 1st and goal. Their first run finds the house. Antoine Raymond bangs his way in. And a quick answer for Rutgers.
Nice job getting downhill, just an inside zone play. Watch the cutback, split zone, tight end going across, runs through the would-be tackler, and a great response after that nightmarish first play for these Rutgers fans. Great finish to that drive.
Well, Rutgers averaging 46 points per game. And yes, it did come against a couple of group of 5 teams plus an FCS team. But they just marched down against Iowa, one of the best defenses in the country forever. And less than 3 minutes in, it is 7-7. Now a message from GMC.
How important was it being from Iowa, going to Iowa? Is there a work ethic that's learned in that part of the country?
I grew up surrounded by cornfields. My town was about 900 people. My dad was always my coach. You know, he taught me how to be humble and hungry. You know, where I'm from, everything's earned, nothing's given.
All the Iowa guys I played with, they always had a couple things in common. Tough, smart football players.
Tough, smart, physical, that's what we wanted to be. They teach you how to do things the right way, whether it's on the field or off the field. I am the way I am, you know, because I went to the University of Iowa.
You know the term farm strong? Is that a real thing?
Farm strong, yeah.
What are you just
baling hay?
Baling hay? I don't even know, dude. I'm a Bay Area kid. Explain to me.
I think it's just, you know, being outside and getting your hands dirty a little bit.
Tough, smart football player, performs under pressure. And it all came from Iowa?
I think it did.
Jeez.
I think it did.
Can you finish this? Is this heaven?
No, it's Iowa.
Fox College Football is sponsored by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need. All passing to get him down to the goal line, and then Antoine Raymond punches it in for a 6th straight game with a touchdown. Talked about how they're doing things in the passing game they haven't done in a while. Ray Rice was the last guy in the ground game at running back at Rutgers to do what Raymond just did.
So impressive, just a great response. Again, the emotion of this night, the emotion of Kaliak Banis, the big play downfield, and then setting up the physical finish, as you said, from Raymond, the great ball security. Whew.
They're not kicking it that way, right?
I would not kick it anywhere near on half the field of that.
He almost had a chance over his head this time after Weegan went 104 yards on the kick return touchdown in the game's opening play. So Mark Gronowski has points up on the board before
time to play. That's always a great feeling. You start 7 without breaking a sweat.
Well, Mark, this is the winningest quarterback in Division I history as of last week. Mark Gronowski passed Kellen Moore, the Boise State legend. And the question now is, can he unlock the deep passing game for Iowa against big-time opponents?
Yes, and as we got with Tim Lester, the offensive coordinator, could not really have started it rougher as far as that initial drive, and we'll see if he can get going. He's got a shot right here.
Play action, they do stretch the field, and Gronowski has it knocked away. Jacoby Henderson, the guy they challenged, with Seth Anderson working back to the ball.
Yeah, just got to get it out earlier. If you're Mark Gronowski, had him clean. Says we got to get back on the board with a hard sell play action pass, and there you just got to take that across the field. The ball should be gone already. Just a little bit of a hesitation, but no quit in Jacoby Henderson, who they love as their best cover. A little early.
Yep. Iowa sideline certainly calling for it. Probably hear some Iowa fans from the state of Iowa saying flag.
Got to be aware of 21 on offense as well.
It's Weegan around the touchdown. They are ready for him. Roped down by Eric O'Neal. Setting the edge in a big way to bring up 3rd down.
They're aware of this. Get this guy the ball. Beautiful effort there by Eric O'Neal. Just recognition. He sees 21s there. He says, I'm going upfield. I've seen this cat do some damage on the reverse game. Punt returner, kick returner. 3rd and a bunch.
That was the challenge to the Rutgers front. Iowa has a big advantage with their front 5 against Rutgers' front 4. In this blackout environment, it's a 3rd and 14 for Iowa. They throw another deep ball. Gronowski dropped it in, but it's off the hands of Sam Phillips. So it's a 3 and out for Gronowski and Iowa on their first trip onto the field on offense.
3rd and 14. This was the right spot to go with the ball. This is the single. They're playing a version of man free with a robber, an extra robber inside. That was where the ball should go. Perfect location. Sam Phillips has to help his QB out. Just a little nudge there, push off, maybe tit for tat off that first play. Got to be converted there if you're an Iowa fan.
Well, Kurt Ferentz told us this week, believe it or not, we teach our guys to catch the ball. They struggle with some drops. And he said those are wide receivers, not wide droppers, but that drop problem comes up again on a 3rd down. Rutgers back to the field after they marched down on 6 plays for an opening drive score. Hawkeyes head coach Greg Schiano, his second stint here, already into year 6. Time is flying since he got back on the banks after some time in the NFL. And he talked to us yesterday about how tough this game is because he said, we're facing ourselves.
Yeah, he said we try to be them. He idolizes what Kirk Ferentz has done for a long, long time, and he's done it his own way, his own style. A ton of success.
Raymond, the touchdown scorer on the opening drive, starts with a healthy gain on the opening play of this drive with 6 yards.
Nice drive starting run just to move the chains. That's what they've done so well. Get the ground game going to match that efficient passing game. And these guys, as you said, with the wideout talent, they're difficult to defend.
The receiver versus DB battle. Round 1 went to Rutgers. And what figures to decide this game. Iowa has so much good history in the defensive backfield. But Rutgers drove it right down on them on the first drive, and they're close to another first down. As Graves made the tackle with Shire on the Raymond run.
On the sideline here, Greg Schiano will get with his offensive coordinator, Kirk Shiraka. Give him right now, do I need to get this? Or they'll just sneak for it and get the first down.
No push needed. We've seen a little riverboat gambling from both of these head coaches on 4th downs to start the year.
Greg Schiano, you can see that's actually his son right there next to him with the 3-ring binder doing all the analytics. Right there, he'll get in his ear and just say, all right, hey, you know, the situation to go for it mode is maybe 4th and 3 or 4th and 4, depending on, in this situation, location across the 50 and plus territory.
And it's Raymond stretching to the edge, and that is cut down by Wampa. You could see him film.